I told you Michael Dangana was going to be better than Kevin Hanratty. Didn't believe me, but I told you. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Sons of the Rock. This is episode number 11, and as always I'm Nick from SonickFM. Just to build on what I was saying in the intro, I told you Michael Dangana was going to be better than Kevin Hanratty. And we have the proof. Michael Dangana is on the verge of League One history, becoming the League One's leading goal scorer, currently held by Kevin Hanratty, who scored 22 goals overall in the league last season. We're only just over halfway through the season, and Michael Dangana is already on 19. Did tell you. You want further proof? Still don't believe me? Most player of the matches, currently held by Kevin Hanratty, with 8 last season. Michael Dangana, just over halfway through the season, is on 7. We've also got Ethan Ross on the verge of most assists. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these are overall league records or if it's just for the club. Either way, Michael Dangana is better than Kevin Hanratty. But enough of that. Enough of my gloating at my genius and the wonderful work my scouts do, that I set them to do, because of my genius. Since the last episode, this is how things have gone. So we left off with the game against Clyde, which we won 4-1 in the league. We then had another further back-to-back wins, 1-0 over Alloa and 3-1 over East Fife. Good wins there. We then could only draw with Airdrie, 1 each, but at this point we were above them in the league. So a 1-1 draw was okay. I would have preferred the win to open up a gap, but the draw kept us above them. Also keeps the head-to-head for us as well, because that's the second time we've played them, and it's 1-1 draw 1 for us. We then lost 2-0 to Cove Rangers, which I wasn't expecting. Bounced back from that though, a 4-0 league win over Great Morton, Dangana getting 2, Ross getting 1 and Spence getting 1. I was kind of glad Michael Dangana scored there, because as you can see, he went 4 games before that without a goal. Since his hat-trick in the Clyde game, he didn't score until that one. We've got the 2 games coming up today. First up, Queen's Park at home in the league, and then away to Cove Rangers in the 4th round of the Scottish Cup. Now, twice we've played Cove Rangers away from home, and twice they've beaten us. So I'm a little bit concerned about that one. We've going to have our work cut out. We still have a good chance of getting through. Obviously, they're in the same league as us. We are sitting higher in the table than them. But it's going to be a tougher fixture than what I would like it to be. But at the start of the episode today, the league table looks like this. Airdrie still up on top on 46 points. We're just behind them on 43 due to that loss to Cove Rangers. As you can see, we're pretty much matching game for game. They've got 1 more win and we've got 1 more loss, which is why we're 3 points behind them. Maths. Wonderful stuff. Goal difference 22 for both of us. So it is, I think this one's going to go right down to the wire. And if I remember correctly, they're our final game of the season. So that could be a very, very interesting game depending on how the running goes. But yeah, that's how things are looking at the moment. Michael Dangana still top of the goal scoring charts. Him and McGeever still 2nd and 3rd in the player ratings. Ross top of the assist chart. Dangana tied at the top for player of the matches. Zabrit tied at 2nd for clean sheets. And we still have the first 3 in the yellow cards. The transfer window is now open. There has been 1 signing made. And I don't really envision any more. Might try and sneak somebody else in, but we've signed Oladapo Afolayan, a 24-year-old English striker, 3.5-star ability. Still shows a 4.5-star potential, but I doubt he's going to reach that. He's got good finishing, good first touch, good technique, good off the ball, good acceleration, pace, stamina, agility, good physicals, decent mentals, decent technicals as well. He's coming in just, I felt we were a little bit light up top Because out with Moffat and Dangana, we only really had Spence. And I wanted to bring somebody else in just to pad out the depth at the top of the park. He previously has been at Bolton. He was there last season, scored 9 and 20 for them last year. Mansfield, West Ham. So he's got some good pedigree. Brought him in trial. Like the look of him. Oh, why not? The only other position I'm really actively looking for someone is at, if we take a look, is in the attacking right midfield. We do have Spence that can play there. Ross can play there as well. And Frizzell is obviously our starter, but with Frizzell starting on the right and Ross starting on the left, we've only really got Spence as cover for both those sides. We've got Alito as well. Can play on the left, can play on the two of them. But I'm not really sold on Alito. The games he has played, he's not played a lot for us, but the games he has played, he's not really been that great this season. So I'm ideally looking for someone else to come in there as cover for one or both sides. So somebody that can play on both sides would be ideal, primarily on the right, because that would then allow Spence to be used either as inside forward on the left-hand side or as another option up front, because at the moment he's mostly coming on to play off the right-hand side. That's you brought up to date with the goings-on at the club, so let's get into the game against Queen's Park. And this is the team that we're going with for the game against Queen's Park. We have Zabra in goals, Gavia, Megget, McGeever and Wardrobe at the back, Kirkpatrick and Carswell in midfield, Ross and Frizzell as the wingers, and we're going to give Afalayan a start today alongside Michael Dangana, just to have a look at him. I've had a couple of games since he came in, one game since he came in, and he came off the bench for us, so I'm going to give him the start today just to see how he does. I've got Owen Moffat's going to come off the bench if need be. Owen Moffat is wanted at the end of his contract by Dundee, Inverness, Partick Thistle and Wraith. This is George Hunt by Dundee, Motherwell and Partick Thistle. I didn't realise they were coming to the end of their contract. Might have to take a look at that in a second. I say in a second, after the game. So kick-off time, and we immediately go into a highlight, and it is Queen's Park with the ball in the middle of the park. That's not about quite nicely. I don't like that. Zabrit does well to make the save and get the ball over the bar for the corner. So it's Queen's Park with the corner. The danger's not over yet. Ball comes in, and it's Trafford up there with the header for Queen's Park, but straight into the arms of Gregor Zabrit, who holds on. Throw in now for us. Wardrobe on the left hand side gives it to Carswell. Carswell forward to Dangana. Dangana trying to feed Frizzell through, but it's cut out by the defence. The clearance is picked up by Megget. Megget forward to Carswell. Carswell to Frizzell, who this time feeds Michael Dangana through. And there is the 24th goal of the season for Michael Dangana. That's 20 league goals and 24 in all competitions. That boy is good. I think I said the same thing about Kevin Hanratty last season, but this boy is good. So 10 minutes in, as things stand, Airdrie's still drawing away to Stirling Albion, so that moves us a point behind them. And we move into another highlight on the 16-minute mark. Fulton with the kick out for Queen's Park. Wardrobe misses the header and McPake has got onto it. And he's fed Anderson into the middle, and Anderson is able to tuck it beyond Gregor Zabrit. Nothing much Zabrit could do there. He was kind of left stranded. It was that missed header from Wardrobe there that done it. Just nobody getting over to cover. And then Zabrit makes a good attempt at saving it, but Anderson finishes well. One each now. Not ideal, especially considering Airdrie are still drawn. We're going to drop some encouragement for the team. And Airdrie have now taken the lead. So that means we need to win this to keep in touch with them, because as things stand, we're 5 points behind them now. But coming on to half time, I don't think we're going to get any further highlights. We're not. We're not doing too badly. There's a couple of players I would like to see a bit more from. Ross isn't playing well. Kirkpatrick's not playing well. Afalayan, not too bad, it's 6.7. But we'll give him another 15 minutes or so, see if he gets any better. And I'm going to demand more. Airdrie are 3-0 up now at Stirling Albion. We really need to try and get a goal in this game and go ahead. So with that in mind, substitution time. Right, I'll take a flying off for Moffat. Ross is not playing well, so I think we're going to put Spence out on the left there, and we'll change him to an inside forward. And we're going to switch him on to attack. Kilpatrick's not playing well either. We're going to bring Ross Forbes on for him. And I know it's only 65 minutes in, but that's the 3 substitutions made, so fingers crossed we don't get any injuries or sending offs. Right, 75 minutes, still absolutely nothing happening. We're going to switch to very attacking for the last 10. Demanded more from the team, and we've got a throw in now for Wardrop. Plays the ball into the box, and Spence was there, but Fulton just managed to nick it in front of him. That ball was on a plate for Greg Spence there. And Fulton done well to come out and just take it out there in front of him. And it's Queen's Park who are on the attack now. Wardrop does well, win the ball and clear it upfield for Michael Dangana. Dangana now turns, and he's got space to run into. He's got players arriving in the box alongside him, and is that a penalty? Yes. Brilliant play by Michael Dangana to win the penalty. Ross Forbes is going to step up. We know how I feel about Ross Forbes. And he scores. That's his 4th goal of the season. This is 2-1 up now. And if we can hold on to that, that is what we need to do, because as I said, Airdrie are winning. We need to match their results. And if we can continue to match the results, it is going to come down basically to the games we play them. Forbes with a free kick. What a free kick, Ross Forbes. That's why I keep playing you. There is no way should he be scoring from that far out. What a free kick. I don't think Fulton was expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I don't even think Ross Forbes was expecting that. But that is brilliant to come back at the end, in the final 10 minutes, grab those 2 goals and give us a win. And Ross Forbes, who come on with, what, 25 minutes to play, has won man of the match. Ross Forbes is playing himself into contention for starting some more games. An issue with Crichton because he feels he should be starting more games. I'll deal with that. And we're going to praise Ross Forbes because that was just outstanding. Brilliant performance. And you know what? I think he has earned himself probably the opportunity to start in the next game. But we'll find out if he's going to be starting when we come back with the team for the match against Cove Rangers in just a second. So you remember how I said I wanted to bring in, an attacking winger? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. We are £300 over our wage budget, and we have nothing in the transfer budget to sort that out. I don't think we're going to be bringing anybody in. Alright, we're back now with the team for the Scottish Cup 4th round tie against Cove Rangers. A little bit of rotation and a couple of positions. So we've got Zabra in goals, Govia, Crichton, McGeever and Knight at the back, Forbes and Hunt in the centre of the park, Ross and Frizzell as the wide men, and Moffat and Dangana up front. So brought Knight in for Wardrobe, Hunt in for Carswell, Forbes in for Kirkpatrick and Crichton in for Megget. Again, just a bit of rotation, give them some playing time. Knight and Hunt in particular, because I've had meetings with both their managers who've not been happy with how much game time they're getting. Game underway, and as I said at the start of the episode, we've not had much luck against Cove Rangers away from home so far this season. Hopefully that all changes today, because a cup run would be nice to help with our finances, because as you saw, things aren't looking too good. Free kick for Cove, 17 minutes into the game, headed clear by, I think that was McGeever, and Megginson's picked it up on the right hand side, plays it inside to Watson. Watson swings it into the back post and Mason's there, but his volley can only hit the outside of the post. So yeah, a cup run would be good for our finances. I showed you the wage budget problems. You probably have seen that we're not doing too hot financially. If we gain promotion, or even if we finish second, the prize money we get is going to be a massive help for that. But obviously, cup run, and getting some income coming from that, if we can, get through this tie and then maybe get a big game against a Celtic or a Rangers or a Hibs or Hearts or even an Aberdeen away from home, then that's going to help as well financially. So a pretty poor first half then. And let's avenge what happened the last time we played Cove Rangers. At start of the second half, free kick now for Cove. Thompson to play it in. He plays it square across the box and Ross is there to cut it out. Dangana manages to win the clearance and he's got away from his mate. I lost the ability to speak there. He got away from the two centre backs, but his shot could only find the side netting. I was getting a bit excited about whether Michael Dangana was going to go up and score or not. Right, 60 minutes in, I'm going to demand more from this team because they are not playing well at all. McGeever actually missed a header there, which is a shock. But Knight was behind him to mop up, and the ball's played forward by Crichton for Moffat, but it's cut out by Cove Rangers defence, and they're coming forward now. Hunt does well to win the ball in midfield. But I need to keep an eye on him. He's not playing well and he's on a yellow card. I think with it being the 61st minute after this highlight, it's going to be substitution time and see if we can bring some fresh legs on. Gavia with the clearance. Dangana wins a header down to Frizzell. And big ball forward from Hunt for Owen Moffat to run onto, and he's got there. And can he? Yes, he can. Owen Moffat, who was fast becoming the forgotten man not too long ago. It's his 5th goal of the season now, and that could be a very important goal. He needed 2 bites at the cherry, but he got there eventually. What a ball forward from Hunt. Moffat goes on to it as a shot. The keeper makes a save, but Moffat chases up his own rebound, and it's an empty net to tap into. Excellent play. Right, substitution time. George Hunt is still only on a 6.4 and he is booked, even though that was some ball from him. I'm going to take him off and bring Carswell on for him. What else can we look at here? Frizzell's not having a great game. Again, neither's Govia. You know what, Dangana, I'm going to take you off and I'm going to try Afalayan in the advanced forward position because apparently it's his preferred position as opposed to the pressing forward. I'll give him a try. And that'll do for now. I'm going to keep an eye on how Frizzell's doing. If he starts to... rating starts to slide a little bit, then we'll look at bringing Spence on for him in the next 5 to 10 minutes. The ball over the top there for Cove. I was going to say that should be offside. There was, I think, 3 of them standing offside. A good finish from that angle though. Give them that. Yeah, there was at least 2 of them. There's the guy that scored, and there's the guy in the middle. Corner now for Cove, and bounces about in that Wedderburn, almost getting on the score sheet there. That wouldn't have been very nice of him, considering he played for his last season. Right. Frizzell's not getting any better. He's actually getting worse, so bring Spence on for him. And try and see out the last 10 minutes of the game now. Final couple of minutes, and nothing else really happening, which is just what I like to see. And as I say that, Cove have a throw-in. Played into the box, McGeever gets there ahead of Megginson and heads it clear. Comes back in, straight into the arms of Gregor Zabret though, who can hold on to the ball and keep holding. Just killing some time. The ball over the top for Afalayan, and Afalayan's through. His shot's a poor one. Needs to be doing better there if he wants to start earning himself a starting position. But we're through. A good 1-0 win over Cove. Like I said, not fared well against them away from home so far this season, so I'm really happy with that. Owen Moffat. Not the person I would have expected to score that goal. Right, let's see if there's any other results that are... We can see who's still in it. Rangers are still in it. They've just put Aberdeen out. Kilmarnock. No real big shock results. Stenhousemuir drawn with Motherwell actually is a bit of a shocker. Other than that, everything seems to have gone... Yeah, everything seems to have gone as you would have expected. Right, before we go, get another £8,000 for winning in the Scottish Cup 4th round, which doesn't do a lot for finances, but it does something. But before we go, we'll have a look at the 5th round draw and who we're going to get in that. So here we are then into the 5th round draw. There are 18 teams left, should be 16, but there's a couple of replays. Yeah, Queen of the South and Wraith Rovers will get a replay, and Stenhousemuir and Muller will get a replay. So looking at who's still in it, if we're going to get an away tie to try and make the most financially out of it, we're looking at Celtic, Hibs, Hearts, Rangers, preferably away from home. If we're going to get a home tie and we want to make the most financially, Montrose or Alloa would be ideal. Or Stenhousemuir if they get through Motherwell. But let's start drawing and see who we get. First out the hat, home game. So Alloa and Montrose preferably here. Celtic. We couldn't have had that as an away game, no? I think it's safe to say the 5th round is the furthest we're going to be going in this competition. But we will give it our best go. I'll get the rest of the games drawn. We'll see who the other two League One teams have got. Alloa are at home to Hearts. And Montrose are away to Partick Thistle. So a good tie for Montrose, a good chance for them to get through. Right, so as we see, we've drawn Celtic in the 5th round. Not ideal. Not even a little bit. However, that game is coming up soon, actually. Yeah, so that game's been rearranged. The 5th of the 2nd. Schedule 5th of the 2nd is here. So we'll probably come back for that game. We'll come back for the game against Celtic and then the game against Alloa, which actually works out quite well because there's only going to be another couple of episodes. So that'll be the next episode. I very highly doubt we're getting through Celtic in the Scottish Cup, so we won't need to worry about any Scottish Cup games after that. And I want to do East Fife and Airdrie as the last 2 games of the season, because Airdrie is the last game of the season. So that will then allow us to come back, probably for Greenock Morton and Montrose in between. But next episode will be the game against Celtic and in the Scottish Cup and the game against Alloa in the league. That wraps up episode 11. It was a good episode for us today. Let me know in the comments if you think we've got any chance against Celtic. I think I know the answer to that. But let me know anyway, because the comments all help with the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. As always, thank you very much for watching.